In the last video I discussed the challenges of having friendships. In this video, I am going to talk about people who have disabilities and romantic relationships. When a partner does not have speech, general communication should not be a problem, providing both partners know each other really well. When people have no speech, they develop other means of communication such as facial expressions, looks and body language. As long as the chemistry is there and they have a really good mental connection, the communication should be easy. Talking from experience, I have had girlfriends, and because we communicated a great deal with each other, they understood what I was saying and we developed a really good mental connection. When someone uses a wheelchair, it is more restrictive than when both people can walk because they can be limited on where they can go. For example, if they want to go for a romantic meal, they would have to research a restaurant they like which must have wheelchair access. This can be tricky because most tiny restaurants would not be suitable, so the choice is limited. I think couples could be creative and go to places which people would not necessarily associate with romance. I do not mean going to a fast food outlet or anything like that. I mean going to a spacious bar or pub which sells nice food. So there are ways of going to different places while having a romantic time. It is all about being creative. When things get more serious, there are a number of aspects to consider. If a partner needs help from a personal assistant, there is the privacy side to consider. For example, if a couple enjoys kissing and cuddling, they are not going to really want the person's assistant around. This leads to the question of how much the partner is willing to help so the assistant is not required. For me, there is a fine balance between being a romantic partner and being a personal assistant or carer. The reason why I think that is both partners should enjoy each other's time together and not feel like they have to do some caring. Same issues if a couple want to go away for a weekend, as all of the above need to be considered. Planning a weekend away will take longer because you will have to check for wheelchair access and make sure everything you want to undertake is disability friendly. Also, they would have to have an honest conversation about whether they want or need the person's assistant to come and in what way they want the assistant's help. Once they have decided that, the person with a disability will have to talk to their assistant about it, to ensure the assistant is comfortable with any requirements and to ensure that everyone is clear about each other's roles. If both partners have disabilities and they need assistance, the dynamics of the relationship are different, as there has to be much more consideration about their assistants regarding things like going for a meal, because the couple will have less privacy. So if a couple want privacy, they have to find things which they can do together without needing assistance. In a way, when both partners have disabilities, everything is likely to be much more planned and formalized, but can be more flexible. They can easily go out for a meal to restaurants they already know which have wheelchair access. Flexibility also depends on the support packages that partners have. For example, if they have 24-hour support, they would have the flexibility to do more things without planning, whereas, if they have assistants working a few hours here and there, they would not have that flexibility, as they will need to work around shift patterns. However, when both partners have disabilities, it can also be more complicated, especially if things like kissing and cuddling are important to them. However, If they are open and honest with their assistants, things can become easier and, indeed, automatic. It is important to have a good relationship with your personal assistants. That way you can discuss what you may need help with in the relationship. This will, in turn, make the relationship go smoothly. In this video, I have tried to give you an idea of how a relationship could be and the challenges which probably will arise. These challenges can be sorted out through communication and planning. If couples take time with planning everything, then they can concentrate on themselves rather than disability-related things.